I'm going to show you exactly what to do for the next 30 days, and then you're going to actually go out there and take massive, imperfect action. I'm gonna break down each one of these steps. I'm gonna give you evidence on why these are so important, right? But the seed of all of this comes down to conversations and offers. I say it a bazillion times on this channel. If you have enough conversations and make enough offers on properties that are in original or really run down condition, you win. You're gonna find unbelievable opportunities. You're gonna match up the problems of that property owner with the problems of a cash buyer, and that problems of the cash buyer are they can't find deals and they can't find these investors that are gonna buy their house and fix them up, and that's where we come in. So we get in the middle. Take a look at this, right? Let's make this really clear. You've got a seller here, okay, that has a rundown property, right? This is your seller. You've got money bags here. This is an investor that has money and they want to put money into this property. They want to invest in this property, make it look beautiful, and then sell it for as much as they possibly can, or keep it in their portfolio. Whatever it is, most of the time they sell it. But how do these two communicate? How do these two find each other if this property is not on the market? If this seller is embarrassed to put their home on the market, if they don't trust real estate agents, or they just, their timeline is too short. They want to get rid of it right away with the least amount of hassles. They don't want to fix anything. They don't want to take a tremendous amount of pictures. They don't want a bunch of people coming through the house. How does this investor find this property? Us, wholesalers, we're right here. We are powerful. We're going out there and we're having quality conversations with this seller, putting this property under contract, and then we're having a conversation with this investor that then wants to buy this contract. That is wholesale real estate. Wholesale real estate is the art of finding discounted properties. And if you are having conversations every single day with these people, and then you match them up with these people, they will pay you. You can build a real business that way. You can build a real business that way. It's absolutely incredible. And in most states, you don't have to have a real estate license. And if you're wondering which states you do need to have a real estate license, put it in the comments and I will respond and let you know. But most of them, you can do this right now, right away. You can get a purchase agreement, put a property under contract, and then sell this purchase. This is what you're selling. You're purchasing the rights to purchase this property to this investor. Isn't that incredible? It's the best business ever, absolutely ever. The only way to do that is you have to have a quality conversation with the property owner, right? We need to have the opportunity before we can take it to a cash buyer to sell that opportunity to them, right? Because as soon as you put a property under contract, that is an asset. You have an asset now, and that asset is something that somebody will buy because you have exclusive rights to purchase that property. So number one, talk to 10 new property owners a day. Off market, not on the market. That's a whole different strategy. 10 new property owners every single day, every single day. That's what I want you to do, all right? And if you want to know what to say to them, because that's what pulls everybody back. They go, well, I would do that, Brent, but I don't know what to say to the property owners. I feel embarrassed. I just don't know. Well, right here is the script. Right here is the script that I want you to use to go in there and open up a conversation. It's very simple. Use this script. It is the most proven script of all time, and so you don't have that excuse anymore. And the fact is, when you ask a property owner if they would consider an offer on their property, there's only 6 responses that they're gonna give you. Only 6. Yes, I do wanna sell my property. Yes. No. Okay. Maybe in the future. How much will you give me? Who are you and how'd you get my number? Now remember, you want to call these people and remove all the ones that are on the do not call list so you don't worry about them, and just call the ones that haven't registered on the do not call list and just call them up and have a conversation. If they are on the do not call list, then what I want you to do is I want you to knock on their door, or I want you to send them a handwritten note that says basically this: I know that this letter is out of the blue, but I was wondering if you would consider an offer on your property at, put their address, put your name, put your phone number, put a business card, whatever, send that to them. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. It's absolutely magical. What happens, you're gonna start having conversations with property owners, and I want you to have 10 conversations every single day, 50 a week for the next 30 days. The next 30 days, because the stats show us. And listen, I've been doing this a long time, and I've talked to a lot of wholesalers. I've talked to a lot of investors. I've talked to a lot of people that have done a lot of marketing for off-market properties. And the fact is, every 200 people that you talk to, every 200, you get a deal. Every 200 people you talk to, you get a deal. So that's what I'm saying. Over the next 30 days, if you talk to 200 people, guess what? Boom. That's what I'm saying. This is a fast action plan. I want you to implement this right away. I don't want you to be, no, well, what about this? What about that? Don't overthink this. Massive, imperfect action, progress, not perfection. Let's keep going with this list here. All right. Number 2, these are the people that I want you to start calling. I want you to call your driving for dollars leads, okay? Don't overcomplicate this. Get in your car, get on a skateboard, get on a bicycle, use your legs, whatever it is, whatever situation you're in. I want you to go around into older neighborhoods, and the older neighborhoods are gonna have more wear and tear on the properties, and I want you to look for the properties that look in rough condition. That's it. Just look for the properties that need renovation, and then write down the address of those properties. You can write it down right away, boom, 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 you can write it down, or you can just go right here, which I highly suggest, to dealmachine.com. You can try it for 7 days, add a bunch of properties to it, use the coupon code TTP. They hook you up, TTP, like talk to people, baby. I really like the pro plan. I think that it just gives you way more value than the price. I would just use Deal Machine, and I would just look at every single rough looking property. I would add it to Deal Machine, and I would just start reaching out to those property owners. And the beautiful thing is, once you see those rough looking houses, it'll show you how long that property owner has owned that house. If it's vacant, if it's in pre-foreclosure, if it owes property taxes, like it shows you so many things about that property. It is a no-brainer. I would do whatever you need to do to get Deal Machine because it is fundamental. If you want to be a real estate investor, it truly, truly, truly is. It's a powerful tool, and it's going to do all the heavy lifting for you. Plus, they give you the phone number of the property owners. I mean, right there. You get the phone numbers. You get, you understand if there's any other signs of distress, whether that be financial distress, whether it be this property's been vacant. You know it's distressed by the condition of the property, so it's a must-have tool, especially if you're getting started in this business. And especially, it's a huge part of the 30-day action plan. I'm telling you, when I started this business, beat up car, driving around, I had to like tape garbage bags to my back window because we had a crazy hailstorm here in Phoenix, Arizona, and it knocked out my back window. I'm driving around and I'm just looking for opportunities, and I would write down the addresses. And I would do that for 2-3 hours a day. I just wanted to find the roughest looking properties I could, because I knew that every investor that I had ever talked to at every meetup, at every RIA, online, everywhere, always was looking for the roughest looking properties, because that's where the big opportunities are. The huge opportunities are with those properties that are the roughest. So drive around, get those 100 properties every single week, get them into Deal Machine, and they'll map where you went so you don't go to the same places again. And you could look online, you can look at and do filters to show you where the most distressed areas are, so that you're more efficient when you go to drive, so that you go to the neighborhoods that have the most potential for investor activity. Bananas. It's absolutely bananas. Make sure that you're adding at least 100 driving for dollars leads every single week. And remember, just like the whiteboard, just like I was showing you here, you're looking for the rough properties that you can match up with the investors that have the cash to invest into that neighborhood, into that street, into that community, turn that neighborhood around, turn that property around, put a new family in there, put a a new buyer in there, a new homeowner into that property that's going to take care of that property that has just been left alone. It's just been left to the elements. And I don't know if you know this, but if you just don't do any upkeep to a property, it just gets destroyed over time. It gets destroyed. I mean, you got to invest in properties all the time. You have to keep up with these properties on average, and you can Google this. On average, it's anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 a year in just upkeep for the average single family house. And if you understand that the average American from January to November only pays interest on the debts they have, car payments, student loans, mortgages, rent, whatever. They're paying their bills basically and taxes. January through November. That's the average American. Most people don't have an extra $5,000 to just throw at their house all the time, right? And so houses over time need some love, need some renovation. That's where investors come in, that's where flippers come in, that's where contractors come in, and they change up that property, freshen it up for the next property owner to go in there and enjoy it, or renter or whatever. You get it. Next, number 3, squad up with 2 established wholesalers. Now, if you're established and you're watching this, make sure that you put in the comments section that you are doing business, and tell people where you are doing business so people that are coming up in your area can connect with you. Use YouTube as a social media. Use it as like a meetup, as a networking opportunity. Put your information in the comments section so that people can connect with you. They'll just find you and be able to message you through YouTube. It's awesome. Or find you on social media or whatever else. But just put in your information in the YouTube comments. And I would be doing that all over the place. I would go to every single real estate investor, wholesaling, bigger pockets, and I would be putting my information everywhere and start connecting with everybody in your marketplace. It's a really, really, really smart technique, and I think it's underrated. Most people don't do it. So don't be like most people. Get in there, put it in the comments section where you're doing business, and start connecting with other people. Also, you can go into Facebook and just go to your real estate investor groups. And what I really like doing here is you've got forums, you've got all this, but what I like doing is I like going into, well, I'm not joined right here, right? This is a group with this guy. I would reach out, boom, information right there. I would reach out to him and just say, hey, listen, I saw that you've got this incredible real estate investor forum. I'm just getting started. Can you help out? If I have any questions, I'd love to JV with you on some deals, joint venture. I'd love to work with you. I'd love to collaborate with you. And that's how you know that you can connect with people that are a few steps ahead of you. It's so critical because here's what's important. When you're getting started, there's a few steps to the process, okay? Number 1, and this is what we're talking about, is you gotta find your tribe. You have to be around people doing this business. You have to be. You have to be around people doing this business, because if you're not, you're gonna get distracted by other things. You're not gonna feel as confident. You're not gonna go out and take as much action because you're just like, well, I don't really know exactly what the next steps are, so I'm not even gonna get started. Don't do that. Number 1 is join a tribe. Find a group. Connect, squad up with established wholesalers so that you can go to somebody with questions. Absolutely critical. Don't do this alone. Skip to the front of the line by connecting with people that have already done it. Everything, this is a Tim Ferriss quote, and I'm not a huge Tim Ferriss fan. I'm not a fan at all, actually, but he did have one quote that I absolutely love, and that's, everything you want to know is already in somebody else's brain, and questions are the pickaxe to get at that goal, right? And it's the absolute truth. Number 2 is do your first deal. What we call this is faith to fact, okay? Faith is fantastic. Faith is what gets us started. Faith is that internal drive that we have. It's that fire in our belly that says, I can do this. I believe in myself. I can go out there and do something amazing, right? It is. That's faith. But I'll tell you what's better is fact. As soon as you make $1 or more in this business, it is a fact that you can earn income. you can make money in real estate. And I'm telling you, once you have that as fact, oh, it's the best day ever. Because then all of a sudden you're like, now I know what path I'm supposed to be going down. Now I understand why all these other people have been successful, why so many fortunes have been built by going out there and taking action and doing deals and being in real estate, right? It's awesome. So the idea is move from faith to fact as soon as you possibly can. Number 3 is consistent deals. And what we call this is also known as fire your boss. Fire your boss. Consistent deals means that you can go full time. Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Boss, but I'm actually growing my own business. I no longer need employment here at this wonderful establishment. Or you could go, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not a wonderful establishment and you're just like, I'm out. Consistent deals. That's step number 3, and that's fire your boss. Step number 4 right here is fire yourself. Fire yourself. This is when you start replacing yourself in every step of the wholesaling journey. This is when it gets really, really exciting. There's 17 steps to a real estate deal, and I'll break that all down in a second. 17 steps, and then you start looking at, okay, how do I replace myself from each one of these steps? This is the position that I'm at now. It took me a long time. I've talked to 45,000 property owners myself using the advice that I'm giving you today. This isn't just theory. This is actual in the trenches experience, right? Once you get to fire yourself and hire better people for the different roles, woo, that's when it gets real exciting. That's when you focus on, and that's when you get to the top of the pyramid where you start buying assets. Woo, buying assets. Absolutely incredible. I never understood why people that have tremendous amount of credit card debt, student loans, car loans, all these other things that are sucking out their income every single month are going out and investing into assets that aren't giving them as high a return as they're giving to other companies that you're on their asset side. You're paying them interest. Like, get rid of all the debts from doing all of this so that you no longer have any debts, and it's a beautiful day, another beautiful day. Every step of this is a beautiful day. Maybe week, maybe month, I don't know, maybe year. However, buying the assets once you've paid off your debts and now you're building true wealth here, this is the steps. But you can't skip any of these steps. But it starts with finding your tribe. And the beautiful thing is, when you find your tribe, the tribe goes with you on all of this stuff. There's different people that you can connect with on different levels. They talk about levels to the game. This is what they're talking about. This is absolutely what they're talking about. So find people that are doing this business, get your first deal done, get your consistent deals so that you can go, get your first deal so that faith and fact, consistent deals so you can fire your boss, fire yourself, buy the assets. Boom! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got this. And I just want to give you this just so that you know. Here's the checklist. Boom. 17 steps to every wholesale deal. List a target or marketing. List a target is really the driving for dollars piece of this, right? What do you go after? What you need to go after the property owners, the 6 to 10% of the property owners that are in distress. They want to trade price for speed and convenience. They're done with this property. They don't want to fix it up. They just want to get rid of it. It's so much stress for them. So the listed target is your driving for dollar in this, right? Listed target is really just conversation. Have a conversation with the property owner. Those are interchangeable, right? It's the next step, right? It's who do you target, and then making the conversation. And then pre-qualify. Then you do your due diligence. Now listen, I don't want you doing your due diligence, comping properties, doing research until you have actually talked to a property owner and they have told you that they have made the decision they're going to sell this property. That's what a lead is. They've made the decision they're going to sell their property. Just put it in your head. What's a lead? They made the decision that they're going to sell the property. And then from there, we pre-qualify. We pre-qualify them based on the condition of the property, timeline to sell that property, motivation, and price. Condition, timeline, motivation, price. When you get those 4 things, you're going to really understand what's going on with that property owner and how best to serve them. All right? Next is do the due diligence. This is when you're running your comps. This is when you figure out how much you can offer a property owner. Do I have that breakdown in here? Right here. This is this stage. This is when you start looking at, okay, how much can I offer on this property? Typically, if you use this as just a rough estimate, it's gonna be pretty good, but always check with the people that you've squatted up with somebody that has experience, all right? But typically, if you're over 250,000, if the Zestimate, you put that property into Google, the Zestimate's 250,000 or more, you're offering 50%. If it's 250 and to 100,000, you're offering 35%. And if it's 100,000 or less, you're offering 10%. All right, that's that part of this process. That's what this is. That's the due diligence part of this. All right, next is your lead follow-up sequence. What is their timeline? Lead follow-up is 3 buckets. Hot, they're going to sign a purchase agreement to sell that house in the next 30 days. They are. Some say hot, like in our business, a hot deal is they're gonna sign it in the next 7 days. But if you're getting started next 30 days, they're gonna make a decision the next 30 days. Warm is 30 to 90 days. There's some things that they have to do, whether they have to get through a probate, whether they need to clear out a property, whether they need to come into town, whether they, whatever it is, they can't sell for 30 to 90 days. And then a cold lead is 90 days plus, all right? And then that determines your lead follow-up sequence. And if you have questions about that, put it in the comments section. Next is you go on the appointment, either virtually or in person. You go on that appointment. You go on the appointment, you meet with the property owner. And by the way, when you're going through the appointment, when you're getting ready to go through the appointment, get advanced agreements. This is the secret to appointments. Get advanced agreements. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, if when I come out tomorrow or today, even better, at 1 o'clock, and you're comfortable with the price and you're comfortable with the terms of the purchase agreement, is there anything stopping us from moving forward with the purchase agreement and signing that today? And then they're gonna give you all the objections, or they're gonna say, no, I'm ready to go. Perfect, boom. You've got that all set up. Absolutely incredible, right? Go on the appointment, offer presentation, you get the contract accepted, you open up escrow with the title company or closing attorney, and then you start reaching out to your cash buyers. Or you could buy it. You could just close on it yourself if that's your strategy. But if you want to see if you've got some investor buddies that want to buy that property, you can then market your contract to the cash buyers, right? You get a cash buyer inspection. They want to see the property. And sometimes they don't even want to see the property. Sometimes with your pictures and video, they're just like, yeah, no, I'm good. I have buyers that have never, they're just like, they trust us so much. They're like, just give me the pictures, give me the video, and I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna get it done, all right? Next is to assign the contract to your buyer and make sure that they deposit their earnest money. We always ask for $5,000 non-refundable earnest deposit for the cash buyer to give us. Next is the title company's already doing their job because you opened up escrow there in the earlier steps, and then boom, they give you the clear to close, which is always 3 words that I love. It's clear to close. Clear to close basically means they've got all the title issues figured out. It's all of the payoff information is in. The sellers know what they have to pay off and what their proceeds are gonna be. The buyer knows exactly how much money they need to bring in. The buyer's money comes in, you close the deal, get paid, baby, come on! And you ring the victory bell, boom, in your face, there you go. Or in your ears. Sorry for everybody that's listening to this with headphones on. But it should give you a little bit of vibration, a little bit of energy. But that's it, 17 steps right there. And that goes back to what we were talking about over here, right? When you start firing yourself, then all of a sudden you replace yourself in those 17 steps, and it's absolutely incredible. And then your company is running the show. You have built a machine. That's what an entrepreneur is. An entrepreneur is a machine builder. An entrepreneur is a systems builder. And the better your systems are, the more you make and the more profitable you're gonna be. So go out there and get them. I love it. Absolutely incredible. So next, I want you to comp 5 properties a day, 25 properties a week, all right? I want you to just get into the rhythm of figuring out how much properties are worth. Pick any property that you want, kind of comp it out, look at, okay, what is sold in the neighborhood, right? What is sold in this direct area? And you can go right into Zillow, and if you scroll down at the very bottom, You're gonna see that they have comparables. You're gonna see when those sold and where they're at. You're looking for what is the highest sale in that neighborhood. What's the highest sale in the neighborhood that's similar to the property that I have? And then start expanding a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. We have a tremendous amount of videos on how to comp properties, so make sure that you check them out after this video. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you know when we come out with unbelievable new instruction, not content. Content is entertainment. Entertainment doesn't get you a successful business. Instruction does. So hit that notification and get that set up and really understand what the values of these properties are. You don't have to be perfect because you've got your tribe helping you out, protecting you, making sure that you are offering what you should on those deals. Now, number 5, it's gonna be a little bit challenging, all right? Number 5 is gonna be a little bit challenging. No music in the car. If you're driving by yourself, I don't want you listening to music. I want you to be listening to Audible. I want you to be listening to things that challenge you. I want you to be listening to things that prime you up to having a conversation with a property. That's what I want you to, I need you surrounded by positivity. Because if you're constantly surrounded by entertainment, you're gonna be the 99%. And if you're watching this, the likelihood that you want to be in the top 1% income earners in the world is very, very, very high. Or you'd be watching something that is far more entertaining than this, far better edited, far better scripted, far better whatever, produced, all of that. But you're here because you want to be better at real estate. You want to be better at communicating with property owners. And so no music in the car. No music in the car. Listen to stuff that's going to really fill up your cup and really build your skills. All right, speaking of skills, I want to go through this real quick so that you feel absolutely bulletproof when you are on the phone with a property owner. All right, here are my 7 steps to being more confident on the phone. Number 1 is there is such a thing as vocal first impression. Vocal first impression is absolutely powerful. If you don't think so, I am telling you, get a call from somebody that sounds really, really, really bland, really has no energy. I have it in parentheses here. If you're watching this, you can see it, but if you're listening to this, it's called happy energy. Happy, energetic people win. Happy, energetic people win. They do in this business. Maybe not, maybe you don't want that from like a surgeon. Maybe you don't want that from, a teacher that really has to get the best out of their students, right? But in this business, in the business of communicating with a property owner or a coach, right? Like a really hard charging coach, you don't want them to be all loose and that type of thing. I don't know where I'm going with that. Probably terrible analogies, but bottom line, that's what I'm trying to say. Happy energy. You gotta have happy energy. You have happy energy, you're gonna win, especially when it comes across the phone. People will open up more. They'll feel like they already know you, all right? You're gonna sound like a neighbor, a cousin, a family member, somebody that somebody went to school with, whatever. So make sure that you have happy energy. Number 2, do not get on social media before you get on the phone, before or while you're on the phone. You wanna really just torpedo your positive, optimistic attitude, your happy energy. It is something you're gonna scroll across is gonna make you angry. It might be an ex that posted something, or you see him in a picture. It might be something political. It might be something local. It might be somebody that isn't being kind to you, and then it throws you off. Don't do it. Turn off the social media. Don't look at your email before or during the time that you are calling these prospects. When you're calling the 10 people that you're gonna talk to today so that you can go out and find an amazing opportunity. Number 3, optimism. One of the most slept on traits that we need, optimism. Somebody needs $10,000 of my help today, and I'm gonna find them. I used to say it every single day. I used to write it down. I used to have one of those Grant Cardone 10X diaries, and I just write, you write your goals day and night and day and night and day and night. And in there, I would say I'm gonna provide $10,000 worth of value today. Because our value is equal to our earned income. That's a fact. Our earned income is equal to the amount of value we put into the marketplace. So if we put that in our head all the time and we're staying wildly optimistic, it helps everything out. So keep that optimism high. Number 4, stand up. Stand up. Your energy's gonna be higher. You're gonna feel more nimble. You're gonna feel like you're not as cloudy in your head. You're not gonna be down here and having a weird tone of voice. People aren't gonna think that you're just laying around. It's incredible the amount of people that I talk to, and they're just laying down, or they're like sitting in a relaxed position. And you could tell the tone of voice. Stand up. Number 5, smile. Smile when you're on the phone. Have fun with it. People can feel your smile through the phone. They can. They absolutely can. And then active listening. This is a skill you need to develop. When people are talking, actively listen. Sure. Yeah. Oh, it makes sense. Okay. Wow, that's a big yard. Okay. Oh, it's been vacant for 4 years. Wow. Okay. Yep. Oh, tell me more about that. What? No. Okay. Sure. Actively listen. The best of the best of the best are great at this. Because when people feel like you're actually paying attention to them, then they're gonna open up. Have you ever had a conversation where you're just talking to somebody and they're just kind of like looking around the room, trying to see what else is going on? They're not really responding to you, or they're just like doing that weird like power trip thing where they just sit there stoic and you're just talking to them and they're just kind of looking at you. It's weird. It's just weird. Don't be weird on the phone. Like, they should be comfortable speaking with you. And number 7 of the 7 tips to be more confident on the phone is turn your lights on. Turn your lights on. Sitting down in a dark room trying to reach out to property owners and have a quality conversation with them will not work. Won't work. Lights on, stand up, active listen, smile, have incredible optimism. Don't get on social media before or during the time that you are going to be out there hunting for opportunities. This is sacred time. It's sacred time where I'm gonna talk to 50 people this week. I'm gonna let everybody in my life know about it. I have this dream that I can make money in real estate. I have a dream that I can get passive income by owning a tremendous portfolio of real estate. I have a dream that I can go out and make a ton of money and be able to lend that out to people and be a bank. I have a dream of all of these things, and I need your support. I need your support that you're gonna have my back and that I can go undistracted and make these talk to 10 people every single day. It's probably gonna take me an hour every day, but I need that so that I can go after this dream. And if you've read Rich Dad Poor Dad, if you read anything from Dale Carnegie or anything about incredible entrepreneurs that have been in real estate, man, it's awesome, right? You're just like, it flips a switch in your brain and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is what I want to do. I want to have that flexibility in my schedule. I want to be around my family. I want to be able to buy assets that are going to appreciate over time. 14% of the land mass of the United States is occupied by people. Look at all the projections over the next 50 years on population trends, and I'm telling you, there's going to be more people, more properties, and in the same amount of space. There's only a certain amount of places that have economy. There's only a certain amount of places that have infrastructure. Will things expand? Sure. We might get to 15 or 16%, 17%. But I'm telling you, owning a piece of real estate in an area that has economy and is thriving, woo, that's how you build long-term wealth. And that's how you get the subscription money. You know what I'm talking about? Rental payments. It's a subscription that renters have to pay every single month to live in your house. And they pay you. They'll not only pay you, but they're gonna pay off your loan for you. So part of their paycheck every single month goes towards paying your loan and you for owning real estate. Come on now. But how do you get into it? You find amazing opportunities. You match them up with investors that are a few steps ahead of you. You get paid to be able to do that. You replace your income, your job, you replace your income. You go into this business full time. You keep doing this. You build the machine. Then you start cherry picking all the best properties in the best school districts where there's the best economy to hold long term, baby. Next, read 10 pages a day. 10 pages a day, or 50 per week. It's not even 10 a day if you look at it weekly. But you gotta read. Like really, really read. Not audible. Like read something. Read 10 pages of something awesome. It's incredible. I mean, people's lives are in these things, right? People's lives people's stories, people's thoughts, people's experience are in, like, you get to spend hours with some of the most brilliant minds, and you don't have to take notes. They took notes for you. I mean, how incredible is that? Like this one, I mean, come on. I mean, this guy literally went around in the early 1900s and interviewed all the wealthiest people and got all of, like, boiled down all of what they told him into a book. I mean, Think and Grow Rich. I mean, absolutely incredible. You get to spend hours looking at this and putting in, highlighting things and taking notes and implementing it into your world. Like, don't just, there's a sensory thing, right? You can't just listen to something and it's gonna stick in there, right? You need to look at it. You need to write it down. You need to highlight it. You need to reference it. You need to go back. If you really want to go crazy, get the Audible version as you're reading it, so it's in your ears, you're looking at it, you're highlighting the stuff that's important, and now you're putting all of these brilliant minds into your mind. It's kind of like number 5 with no music in the car. Like, music, once you get to the point where you've matured as an entrepreneur, music is for the treadmill and pool parties. That's it. That's what music's for. It's not for in the car. The car is a mobile university, and you put the grace. I'm telling you, everybody I know, everybody that's successful, just I mean, unless they're in entertainment, they're real entrepreneurs. Listen to great things all the time. Put great things in their mind. And number 7, I want you to go in and maybe we'll put it in the comments section, Matt. But you need to watch The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. Came out a lifetime ago. Absolutely incredible. You can get it free. I want you to watch The Strangest Secret. Not even watch it, you could listen to it. This could be one of those things for number 5 in your car. But I want you to play it every single day for the next 30 days. Watch what happens. I've listened to it, has to be over 500 times. So good. Anytime I'm having like a rough time, anytime something's really challenging, anytime I'm like starting something new, whatever, Strangest Secret. It's absolutely bananas. It's so good. It's so good. It's like, I don't know, 28 minutes. It's really, really good. But watch it every single day. And I'm telling you, you talk to 10 property owners every single day using the script. You add 100 driving for dollars leads every single week, and those are who you're calling. You squat up with 2 established wholesalers. You comp 5 properties a day or 25 a week. You listen to amazing, positive, optimistic things in your car. You read 10 pages a day and you watch The Strangest Secret. I want to know your results. I want you to put in the comment section TTP, just TTP, if you're going to commit to this. If you're going to commit to this. And then 30 days later, it'll show what days it comes in. Let me know if you did it and what happened. Let me know the results. Watch what happens. And I'm going to give you a bonus one. I'm going to give you a bonus one here that I've been talking about a lot. It makes people uncomfortable, but remember, everything incredible is on that other side of being uncomfortable. I want you to post every single day to your Instagram, which will then post it to Facebook. I want you to post a story of a picture of you or a picture of anything that just says, I buy houses, and put your phone number in there. I buy houses. Send me your deals. Send me properties that I can fix up. Send me ugly houses. Send me old houses, whatever you want. I mean, if you feel like that's a little bit too aggressive, don't do it. But some people are fine with that. But just, I buy houses. I buy houses every single day for 30 days. I buy houses. Watch how many DMs you get. But just take a picture of something fun. Take a picture of a rhino statue. Take a picture of your computer. Take a picture of you out driving for dollars. Take a picture of you in front of a really rough looking house, in front of the title company. Whatever you want to do, and just say, I buy houses, send me your deals, put your number in there, put your DM me, whatever you want, however you want to communicate, but do that for 30 days on top of this 7-step action plan, and your business is off and running. You will never be the same again. You will never be the same again. You're going to be off like a rocket ship. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And I wish you the absolute most success ever. And that's it. That's our show for you today. Don't overcomplicate this business. It comes down to conversations and offers.